Pick up any newspaper these days and you're likely to see an article about pollution of the environment. Citizens of the world are becoming more aware of the effects of pollution on treasures such as the ancient pyramids, the Taj Mahal, and the Great Wall. Millions are being spent to restore these treasures to preserve them for posterity. But how much attention is being paid to the effects of pollution on another treasure, the world's children? Today, there are about 2 billion children under the age of 18 years in the world. How are these little treasures affected by pollution? Think about it. Just as the ancient pyramids become discoloured and damaged from severe air pollution, and marble monuments are eaten up by traffic fumes, the lungs of children can also become blackened and damaged, and the growth of their brains and bodies can be stunted. Pollution is a special concern for children because they are more vulnerable than adults to the effects of pollutants. Let's consider how some paediatricians have made a difference in children's lives by learning about the effects of environmental contamination on health, asking about contaminants, and taking the next step. In a village in Kenya, a little boy got sick with nausea and vomiting after eating a meal. The paediatrician who saw him in hospital treated him with oral rehydration and zinc, but also went a step further. He asked the child's mother a lot of questions and found out that others in the family were also ill, and that they had been eating corn that had been stored in the home over the rainy season and had become mouldy. The paediatrician knew that mouldy corn was dangerous because it contains a poison called aflatoxin. So he informed the health officials in Nairobi, and a message was sent out to all local families that mouldy corn should not be eaten.
The sensitization has been to the farmers and traders.
Because the paediatrician looked at the environment of the child, he was able to prevent many others from becoming ill. A second example illustrates the reason why paediatricians need to take the next step. A little boy was hospitalised with his third bout of pneumonia since birth. The paediatrician didn't simply treat him with antibiotics and send him back home. He took the next step and asked the child's mother about the home environment. He discovered that the mother was using a pit in the floor to build a fire for cooking, and that there was no ventilation to take away the smoke. The boy always was on his mother's lap while she did the cooking and tended the fire. The paediatrician told the mother about improved cook stoves that are more efficient and produce less smoke. They can be bought cheaply and can decrease the child's exposure to smoke. After starting to use the new stove, the mother was pleased that her child did not have any more episodes of pneumonia. The child's health improved because the paediatrician took the next step. How can you learn more about taking the next step? The International Paediatric Association recognises the importance of clean air and safe water and food for a child's health. IPA has begun a programme to prepare paediatricians to be better able to assess the environmental origin of diseases, make more accurate diagnosis, promote preventative measures, and serve as leaders in addressing environmental problems in their communities and countries. In their practices, they will be more able to recognise diseases that have links to the environment and to recommend strategies to prevent these diseases from becoming epidemic. They will also be able to identify knowledge gaps and research needs. They can become advocates and role models for children's environmental health, providing sound evidence required by authorities in order to implement protective measures. They can support government officials and health and environmental authorities to update or prepare new policies to protect children's health from environmental risks. They can also inform parents. Parents who are aware of the impact of environmental risk factors on their children's health are more able and motivated to improve the living conditions of children and to request support of their leaders and authorities. When all these people are informed and involved, further public awareness is raised and actions to improve environmental health become more effective. The International Paediatric Association has already trained over 150 paediatricians in Africa, India and Haiti. We invite you to join them in becoming part of the solution. Although the pyramids, the Taj Mahal and the Great Wall can be restored by the experts, it is not as simple to undo the damage that pollution causes in the child's developing body. That is why prevention is important. The effects of pollutants may not be reversible. Please join us in taking the next steps to ensure that our little treasures, our children, are able to grow up breathing clean air and consuming clean food and water.